Yes, well, I have a question for you. This is Barbara. And it's a little bit off topic, but of course, nothing really is off topic. It's, I think, a related topic. Somebody, not somebody in this room, not somebody any of you would know, inadvertently sent me a photograph of something that looked very negative, and then almost immediately an email saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to send that to you. That was not intended for you." What was it intended for? It was a picture of a man with extreme rage and hatred in his eyes. And his shirt was open and he was tattooed into what looked like an avenging angel of death. And I looked at this. I opened the email because this is somebody who I would open an email from, not suspect that something was wrong. I opened it and it felt like I received what Aaron calls an energetic dart, a negative dart. I immediately closed the email. I deleted it, the photo, and I spent about 20 minutes. It was like a porcupine had shot darts at me. And just looking at the sudden alarm, fear, contraction, just pulling these darts out. And then Aaron was talking to me as I pulled them out, and after he said, "You must make sure to get them all out because the dart is just a dart, like a splinter. And if you remove the splinter carefully and wash the wound, it will not leave an infection. But if you leave it in, or parts of it get broken off, then it becomes an implant that can infect you." We've talked about this before. Aaron and I have. Yes, you and Aaron and Colette and I have, and others. How do we be sure that we got it out? Is that more fear? As I said, I immediately deleted that photograph. I spent probably an hour meditating, removing the darts, and then scanning my body and bringing in light and releasing. And yet I see a subtle fear. Maybe I left part of it in there. Maybe I missed part of it. Aaron simply says, if you missed part of it, it will reveal itself. Just pay attention. I wonder if you have any other thoughts on this, Yeshua.
Thank you, Barbara, for sharing that because I think it's very important and relevant to everything we are speaking about. So everything has energy, and energy can be conveyed. I'm switching this to gallery view through words, through actions, through thoughts, through images, through sound, music. Its energy is always being conveyed. And there are certain, not only beings, human or not in human form, and some of those that are human are not consciously aware of this and their humanness, but who, in a case of this image, that was able to energetically implant, negatively implant in the body. When I say implant, you may think of something like a sensor or something that can get put on the body, or something that can be put, say, like a pacemaker in the heart. It's not so much a physical implant, but it is an energetic implant that sits in the physical body and the energy field. So, and I'm not saying any of this to encourage fear, but in this case of this image that came to Barbara, that had been energized, not necessarily by the person that sent it. Often the people that may share things, they're not aware of it. They are simply someone passing something on. But that image had been energized so that when an appropriate target, let's say, not meaning Barbara was something about her that made her a target, but she didn't draw that to herself, but it was sent to her. And the negative energy in that immediately shot at her like arrows. Someone else may have seen it and it may have not have implanted. But those of you that are highly committed to love and light and service at times may encounter this. There are those that would like those who come to serve to make it difficult for them in some way. I'm not saying this to have fear. I'm talking about discernment. And so Barbara knew how to work with that, and with Aaron's guidance to remove that energetically. The body may still have some sense of soreness, infection, discomfort, contraction, pain, sometimes with an implant. But once you have gone through this releasing, cleansing process, committing yourself to the light, doing whatever you need to do to become centered and feeling open again and releasing some of the anxiety and fear, if anything is energetically still there, like an energetic arrow or a pinprick or attack or something, then that will become known. As Aaron said, you will have some awareness. Say, for example, that maybe in your shoulder you feel this pain there after that implant had been released, and then you work with that. So this is really an important topic, and we can talk more about it at another time. But it also invites you to have awareness when you are exposed to certain things, how they impact you. Now, you don't have to be going searching for something, just like this email. It can come just in the course of your life. You may encounter something, but if you encountered something, and I'm not talking about a human right now, but an image, music, a building, a place on the earth that feels frightening to you, that feels contracted, that feels dangerous, that feels fearful, that makes you anxious, just trust your intuition. Wish all well, bathe in love and light, and remove yourself and spend some time in meditation and energetically cleansing.